Hi, I'm Katie with Modern Textiles, and today we're going to go over how you can clean your iron sole plate with just items you have around your home. All right, as you can see, my iron is filthy. I've been working on a pretty big project that's using pre-treated fabrics, so a lot of that is starting to burn off and transfer onto my iron sole plate, which is not ideal, right? Typically, whenever I've had this iron for a few years now, so this is a reliable 270 IR. It's a great iron. I used to get just the cheap irons from, you name it, Walmart, Target for $20, $30, whatever they may be now. And this is the first one I splurged on. It was on sale for a Black Friday deal, but I gotta be honest, the steam function, it is able to get my seams to lay so flat. It's extremely nice. And it's at a decent price point, especially I quilt a ton. So like, I hate it when, I don't want you to compare yourself to me. If you quilt, you're able to get to your sewing machine once a month for an hour or two, stick with the cheap iron. That's great. Don't go for the crazy expensive, I think this is like $170. That's crazy, right? That's a stupid amount of money for an iron, but for me, as someone that does this on the daily, it's very beneficial. It saves me a ton of time. So that's when I would go for it. If you're quilting all the time, or if you have the extra money, then why not splurge and get something nice for yourself? But if you're just a hobbyist quilter, stick with something that's reasonable for yourself. But yeah, so as you can see, my sole plate is getting really dirty when I sew with just cottons. It doesn't have this issue, but I'm sewing with some pre-treated fabrics, so I want to get this all nice and pretty again. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and mix up 2 tablespoons of good old baking soda. So definitely, I feel like we all have this maybe in our fridge, whether it's doing something or not. So let's get two tablespoons baking soda. Oh, gotta level that off. And I have a bowl here, maybe out of frame, but I have a bowl. I'm not just dumping it on the ground. And then I have water. I'm just gonna do a 1 tablespoon of water to those 2 tablespoons. And I'm just gonna mix it here. It's gonna make a little paste. I should have grabbed a smaller bowl, but you know, that's okay. Get a little spatula. I don't like putting anything that's metal onto my sole plate because it's a non-stick sole plate. So I'm just gonna go ahead. This isn't so much paste, but a little bit more liquid than I like. I'm gonna add a little bit more so this turns into a bit more of a paste than runny, because I don't want to have to really worry about this getting into the vent holes too much. All right, so I just have a rubber spatula that I'm gonna use. I'll move my little paper towel over here so if it does go down. And I'm just gonna try to keep this on 1/2 of the iron face. And then that way we can try the second method and see how that fares against this method. So just gonna see how this works. And it's really towards the top here. And I must say, this is an older iron. It's starting to show its age. There's some things that are starting to go wrong with it, just because I think of my kind of commercial use, to be honest. So if this doesn't work out, then it's not the biggest deal for me. I plan on getting a new iron later this year. It just might bump up that timeline, and that's okay. So, all right, we're just gonna let that sit. I tried to keep this side clean. We'll see if that pans out. So we're just gonna give it a few minutes, and then it's already kind of hardening up. Give it a couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna just take a damp paper towel, and I'm gonna try to rub that off and see if it really cleans up the one side. And then after that, we will test out our next style. All right, so it's been about 4 minutes. I got distracted. So let's give it a shot. I'm just gonna take some paper towels and dunk it in this plain old water. And then we'll just go ahead and give a nice little scrub here. Which, not much is happening. Well, on the lighter stuff, the really, really dark areas, not helping. But on the lighter areas, so if you didn't let it go like I did, probably be in the clear. I bet you if I use some, I'm gonna go ahead, I brought down some vinegar if I use some vinegar, I'm curious if that would help boost the power of baking soda. Once again, I am risking this on my own iron. If you have a brand new iron and you're doing this, err on the side of caution. Giant jug of vinegar. Because I do not believe this is what... Yeah, it's kind of helping. I think I would wipe too much of the... Let me see. Add a little bit more paste to it and then... Okay. So it's definitely lifting a little bit more. But I am curious to see our other technique. All right, so far, this is the side that we cleaned up. So this is looking better than over here, right? It's very evenly dispersed, so it wasn't like one side was worse. So this side, looking a little bit better. The very top, lots of residue there. I'm gonna try our second method, which means I need to heat this up just to the lowest setting and then use a dryer sheet and to scrub away with that. So that'll be method number 2. I'm gonna try, if that doesn't do it, I'm just gonna try good old baking soda and vinegar straight up and see if that'll help out. All right, so I have my iron heated up to level 1, no steam on, and let's see. So the dryer sheet I have is a good old Kirkland Signature Costco brand, no scent. So if this works, no hype, but good old Costco. So I'm not trying to put too much pressure. I would definitely say maybe I should grab this on top of it because it's still hot. Smells like fresh laundry. I am not seeing, I'm seeing a little bit of difference. But not even remotely close. All right, I don't recommend the the dryer sheet version. I've already shut my iron down, but it lifted a little bit. So if you have light staining, it might work for you, but definitely if it's this harsh, I wouldn't go this route. So right now, just doing the baking soda paste and water worked okay. And then dryer sheet, meh. I wouldn't do it again, to be honest, not worth it. So now I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna wait for this to cool down fully. And then I'm just gonna go ahead, hold this like a little baby, sprinkle some baking powder on here, and then use a dampened towel with vinegar to see if that'll do the trick, especially on that really dark top bit. All right, so we're cooled down. Let's give this a shot. I'm just gonna go ahead, once again, do this at your own risk. I'm not saying you should do this. I am in no way responsible if your iron starts having issues. I don't use the steam function on my iron anymore because it's one of the problems I'm having with this iron since it's because of its age, it's because of its use. So, all right, I've just poured some good old baking soda right onto the iron itself. And now I have a damp, vinegar damp paper towel to scrub the rest of it off. So hoping this will do the trick. Worst case, which of course it's lifting it right off. Still very tough on that there we go. Works like a dream. I bet you if I even got, yeah, should have just done this from the get. I should have grabbed a old toothbrush or like even just a cheap toothbrush, and then that way I could get right into the lines of geez. Might need a little bit more. It's just right on that leading edge there of the iron. Well, I'll show you. That's real time of just a couple more spots. So we're back in business, nice and clean. I'll probably do a little bit on the base, and then I might get that toothbrush, just a toothbrush from the dentist, and just get this edge. Because if you can see right on the tip there, and then right down the edges, it's just like a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch that's just black. I'll definitely do a quick rinse of water over this just to make sure I don't have any residue that transfers onto my next project. I've got some binding to make, but right now I do have my secondary iron that's just not as nice. So it's always tough when you have to bite the bullet and go down to kind of your backup machine, your backup iron, and you're like, man, I really do miss my other one. In the next video, I'm going to show you at least 5 different sewing supplies you can get for under $20.